Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me for today's live. This is what we're creating. It's a box card. It closes, so it comes in the envelope like this, and you open it up and it creates this fun 3D box card. And there's the back where you write your message on. So I'm just going to give it a few seconds so that I can check I'm live over on my YouTube. I always worry that I press live and people can't see it, so I'm just going to double check on my YouTube. Turn my volume down so I don't hear myself. Nothing scarier than that. Say hello if you're in, let me know you're here. Hopefully you've all had a lovely weekend. Hi Audrey, glad you're here. Happy that I'm live too. Just going to give it a few seconds for others to pop in as well. This is what we're creating today. It's a box card and it folds like that so you can get it flat. You just pop your little message on the back. You had a good weekend? So it's using the prized peony suite. The reason I'm using the prized peony suite today is because I have a gift away this month. So I'm just going to get you the details for that. It's just here. And for every £10 that is spent with Slim and Stylish this month, you will get one entry into the draw. So if you spend £50, you will get 5 entries into the draw to win the entire suite. Or you can go over to my Facebook page, which is Slim and Stylish, and you can find the pin post at the top, like it and share it, and that will give you one entry into the raffle as well. Or you can go to my Instagram and this picture is up, and if you like this and tag 3 friends in it, you will also get one entry as well. So if you spend your £50 and share it in both places, then that's 7 entries into the prize winning, and this is what you get. So let me just show you everything that will be included in the prize. It's the stamp set, the prize peony cling stamp set, the embossing folder, the dies, these gorgeous rhinestones, the shimmer ribbon, the doilies, and also the 12 by 12 paper. And it's been quite tough for me because I've had this on my desk and I don't have the dies myself, and they've been sitting there going, Halsey, Halsey. So I kind of want to enter to win myself as well. But yes, that's why I'm using that set this week, so that I can showcase what you can make with it. And any spend on my website, as well as giving you the entry into the draw, you will get a 6 by 6 paper sampler of this DS piece. You'll get one sheet of each one, 6 by 6 as a thank you as well. So let's get started. And this is the box card we're making today, which is using the set. Hi, okay, thanks for joining. Hi Alison, hope you're okay. Morning Norma, thanks for popping on again. So I've popped the peonies inside and it folds flat so that when you get it, you can pop it in an envelope. It is slightly bigger than our standard envelopes, so you might need your envelope punch board, or to make a box, I have those on my channel, to pop this in. But this is sort of what you want. Okay, so to make this, I've got a sheet of Smoky Slate A4 cardstock. Hi Belinda. Ah, Houston. Hi Colleen, nice to see you. So I've got my A4 sheet of Smoky Slate cardstock and my trimmer. And you want to cut your cardstock down so it's at 10 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to do that now. I was a bit behind today, so I am a little bit, I have got things all cut up to go on, but I just didn't quite get down to the cardstock. So it's 10 3/4 inches. By 6 inches, but before you cut it down to the 6, keep it like that, and we'll cut it down later, and I'll show you why. There is a good reason. So you need your scoreboard and your scoring tool. Okay, so I'm going to give you the measurements lengthwise first, and they're quite simple. It's 2.5 inches by 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 10 inches. Hi Jeanette, morning. I tell you what, I'm so jealous of all you lovely people in America with your time zone differences. I know my weekend starts earlier, but whenever I come to do my live, I think, oh, I'll do my live, have dinner, and then get ready for work tomorrow morning. Whereas whenever you guys all say good morning to me, I'm like, oh, I could still have a day. So the sheet of cardstock again is 10 3/4, and you've scored it at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 10 inches. And then you want to turn it and score it at 2.5 inches. And that's all. Don't forget, you do want to cut this at 6, but you wanted those score lines in before you cut it, because you're going to use those later. Okay, so you've got your score lines in, and this is 10 3/4. So I'm just going to bring my trimmer back up, and now I'm going to cut it by 6. So if you can see the score marks, here's the score mark, that's the 2.5 inches. This bit here is going to be the 3.5. So I'm going to cut it at 6 like that. And this offcut here has those score marks in it. Okay. Hi everyone who's just popped in. Oh, hiya Karen. Karen's on a day out today, and about half an hour ago she sent me a picture of her having a cheeky little beverage and saying cheers. And I thought, a bit jealous, I could do with being there. Oh, and you've got holiday tomorrow, Labour Day. I'll celebrate Labour Day with you. I'll have it all. What's the history behind Labour Day? I'm not familiar with that one. Hiya Shirley. Hi Anne-Marie. Oh, I'm glad you've managed to join us. So I'm just folding along all these 2.5 inch folds. Okay, inwards, so it will make me a nice little box like that. And then this 2.5 inch fold that is lengthways, you want to fold in the opposite direction so that it folds outwards. Okay, so that's where all those folds are, and that one folds outwards. Okay, slight bit of trimming, very slight. 4 days away. Karen, you didn't tell me it was 4 days away. How am I going to cope with no crafting natter? So I've just slightly tabbed in that. You can keep it straight and pop it across, but I just like a little bit of a tab because I just think it looks a little bit neater with my shaky hands on a live. And then across here, I'm tabbing in so slightly, literally just the other side of the score mark. And down there. So it's not straight, but it practically is. See, if I show you here, hopefully you can see that score mark. I'm going up the one side of the score mark into the middle, and up the one side of that score mark into the middle. So I'm only taking that much out, really slight, so they are still practically square. I'm doing that to all of these score marks. So Karen's away with Maria. Hi Maria! We have a fantastic joining offer on over at Stamping Up this month, where if you join, it costs you £99, but you get £130 worth of your choice of products. So it's a great bargain, really. It's a really good discount. And then for this month, they're additionally gifting you 2 stamp sets, which is the So Much Love stamp set and the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. And they're really, really cute. This one's a So Much Love. Just give you an idea of the Queen Anne's Lace. I used it this week, I think, for one of my videos. So as well as the £130, you get both of these free. So it's a really good offer. So yeah, Karen's got a new teammate who's joined up and got both of those stamp sets. So it's National Tribute to All Workers. When I was in school, we always went back the day after. Okay, that's really nice. I'm a worker. I think I should be included in that tribute. But no, that's a really, really nice idea of a day. Right. So, what you need now is you need some sheets of Whisper White cardstock, and you need 3 of them. These are cut at 2 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then I have got 2 Whisper White cardstocks here. And these are just under 2 1/2 inches by 5 3/4 inches. So I've got 2 of those and 3 of these. Okay, and I'm going to attach them to my card. As you can see, it will stick up quite nicely like that, and that's how all of the pieces fold down. But before I actually stick it, I'm going to pop all of these on so that my card is just ready once it's all put up. Hello Maria! Nice to meet you! Electronically, but it's very nice to meet you. So I've got my liquid glue. I've also got my Stampin' Seal Plus as well, and I've worked it out. I don't know whether you all know, but I've been struggling with the Stampin' Seal Plus since I've had it, and I think it's because our old glue runners, you used to do a tick to the side, and when you do a tick to the side on this, I found that the strip here comes off, and I ended up having to spend more time trying to put the strip back on and then fiddle it back into place. But thanks to Karen that's online, actually, I've worked out how to do it. So you want to pop it up, if you're struggling like I was, at roughly 90 degrees, so it's like that. And then when you get to the end, just flick it straight down quite quick. So like that, and then down that way. And guess what? It'll work again the next time. I know! And now I've stuck that on the top as well, so I'm going to bend that over before it sticks somewhere silly and I can't get it off. But yeah, I hadn't worked it out. So the long pieces, where this tab is here and where this folds, that's going to be your back, because that's going to have that ugly sort of join there. So this is my back piece. So these long pieces are going to go one on this side and one on the other side. And in case you missed that, yes, I have cut a card base, because all of my thick Whisper White cardstock, which I'm using for this to hold it up, I've already scored, and I've popped my, at the back of the cards I have my Stampin' Up made by, and I popped my website on there. And I haven't got any more thick Whisper White. I've done it with all of them pre-ready, so I had to use one of my pre-made card bases. So I'm just going to pop the seal onto here using my new little technique. Look at that, I'm not even getting glue on my hands. I was so happy learning this, really was. So I'm just going to pop that onto there and pop it up straight. And I'm going all the way up to the top. I'm not leaving a lip or anything, I'm just covering the entire top. Like that. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do exactly the same on that side as well, so that I have white showing at the back, and I've got the white here. Yeah, I've been getting frustrated, and Karen knew I had, so she sent me a little message and said, I've seen someone use this tip and I've checked it and it works. I was very happy. I thought I was being a bit special actually with the new tape. So I'm just going to pop that up. And there we go. That's that part of the card done. Have a lovely walk, Karen and Maria. Enjoy. I'll see you both soon. Okay. So when you're on the outside bit, that's that bit. Okay. These bits here, I have just stuck DSP to without a white mat. So these white mats are going to be on the opposite side. So they're going to be the side you fold it in. And they're going to go on these three. I don't know why I've turned... I keep doing that. Does anyone else do that? You know when you have card and you want to put adhesive on? I turn it over and put the adhesive on even though this side is blank. Very, very daft of me. Very daft. I did it in one of my my videos this week. I did a bit of filming on one of the days this week. And I said, oh, I'm going to attach the white card base to the card before I do anything. And turned it upside down to glue it. But there was nothing on it. So just going to stick these on here. And this is why we only did slight tabs. Because you still want it to look like it's got a square matting around it. Okay, so when that goes in like that, these will come down. I thought I'd just stuck it to the wrong side, so I thought I'd better double check. Okay, and then I've got the DSP. So this is the DSP from the suite. So this is the DSP that you could win on my drawer. And my trimmer. So with this one here, which I have put as the top mount, so this is going to be the DSP that goes on the white card, okay, because they're both different measurements. This one is going to be cut 2 inches by 2 inches. Oh, do you know what? I am so glad that you guys also turn blank card over to glue. And Kay's given us a rational reason as why we do that. So thanks, Kay. It makes me seem a little less loony. And this one here is going to be cut at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, which was the same size as the white. Okay. And you need 3 of each. I'm being a bit fancy with my trimmer because I don't want to waste my paper by cutting it all down. I don't know how far off I am. It's quite bad on that pattern to be able to see where your cut is. There we go. So the trimmer, you can manoeuvre it so you can just get a square out. You don't have to chop down the whole lot. Okay. You want to keep this one handy because that's what's going to go on here. Like that. But I'm going to do that bit in a bit. I'm going to stick these bits while I've got them all mounting up. So these ones here are going to go on like that. So I'm just going to pop those ones on now. I've got 2 Tombos on my desk. One of them is brand new and the liquid glue comes out really easily. And the other one is for when I'm crafting personally myself, because there's still glue in here and so I'm shaking it loads to get the glue out. So I didn't think you'd want to watch me sit here trying to fight with the Tombow. And I'm using the Tombow here. You can use the normal Stampin' seal, but I'm not using the Stampin' Seal Plus because it's quite, that's the word, strong, and I don't want it to bring my paper with it. So because I'm using the thinner DSP rather than the card is why I'm using my liquid glue. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over and put these three here on there. Oh, I know, Shirley, I was in two minds to use the pink, to be honest. I did think about putting the pink on, but I thought going onto the grey, it just looked quite nice with this one. But I have used the pink in so many places. They're so pretty, aren't they? So I'm just doing the same with my glue. Kay, did you get the Freezing Fun stamp set and dies? Are you happy with it? Yes, you did. Did you like it? I always worry when people like ask my opinion. I mean, I'm not retracting it. I do think that was the best stamp set. I loved it. But I always worry that people are going to be like, what was Helen saying? So when it's now closed, you're going to have that at the top, which will look quite nice. So we're going to do this bit here. And that is also cut at 2 3/4 inches. But I have actually got it, I didn't get it at 6 inches. I wonder what I cut that at. Let's do a bit of measuring because I can't remember. 3 3/4 inches, so it's 2 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So, oh, there you go, it's the whole of that bit. That's what I did. So you didn't need to use your trimmer to manoeuvre around that. Oh well, that's my quirky bit for the day. There we go. Glue, picking up the right Tombow. I need to pop that other one like the other side of my room when I'm filming, so I remember which one to pick up. Oh, I'm sure you will. Okay, and now I'm going to glue the whole card together. So I'm going to pop the seal down there. I'm using the seal here because I really want it to stay in place. And it is quite a joy to use when you've worked that out with the walking thing. I'm no longer sort of holding my breath praying it's going to work. Okay, so that's the card standing up. For my next bit, I'm going to be using this offcut from earlier, which is already pre-scored. Okay, so I'm just going to, where's my snips? I'm going to grab my trimmer, and you've got this score line here, which is scored on 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this score line here in, and I'm going to line it up at 3/4 of an inch and chop again. So I've already got the score line at 2.5 centimeters. This was the offcut we used earlier, and I've just now got a 3/4 of an inch bit on the side. Okay, I'm going to check this measurement. So this one here is 1 3/4. So I'm going to come over, turn it over, put that score line in at 1 3/4, basically what I'm doing is just making sure that where the tabs are, they're the same length on each side. And so I've got two now that are like that. This one here has got 1 3/4 inches, and this one here has got 3/4 inches. And both of these are 2.5 inches, and I know they are because I measured them with this. Okay. So what you want to do now is pull them in quite tightly and score them. And you want to make sure that you do pull them tightly when you burnish them. Okay, so there's one. And there's two. Now normally when I've done the pop-up boxes, I've normally used a set that's a little bit higher than the peony. That is how big the peony is. So it doesn't go too high up the card. So to make it pop up at the back, I've layered it. So I've popped this one into there, not all the way, I've left about 1/2 inch at the top, like that. So it's kind of like a stage. Okay. So I'm just going to pop my glue on there. Not all the way up because you're leaving that gap. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Bless you, you can come again. So I'm just attaching that on there flush with that sort of 1/2 inch gap at the top, and then I'm going to turn this bit around and stick that down with the same sort of gap. And if you're unsure if you've got the same gap, you can pop it down and check it straight. It's just so when you layer the flowers up, you can get one a little bit higher than you can the other one. So it shows at the back. Just checking that straight. And you can, because you've used the Tombow, you can move it, so you can keep checking it, and whether you think, no, I want it higher or lower, you can quickly reposition it before it dries. Okay, so I'm just going to pull mine down just a couple of millimetres lower. And that will then tidily fit inside the box. It's quite tight, but it will fit in there. Okay. So to finish it off, I'm just going to pop some glue completely on here and up on my little bit up here, and completely there and there, and push it in. And I'm using Tombow again so that I can manoeuvre it when it goes into the box. Now this is where you want to be a bit careful, just a little bit, because as you pop it in, you want to make sure that you don't really get any glue on the top. I mean, if you've got a tissue handy, it's not a problem, but you're going to want to wipe it off pretty quick and then position it in. And you want to position it, I'll show you in a second, just going to give it a chance to sort of stick, so that they're straight inside, and this top landing bit is probably about 1/4 inch from the top, so which means this one here is about 3/4 inch from the top. Hopefully you can see that. I know it's quite dark in there. It means when it's flat you're not going to be able to see this at all because it's just below the lip, but it's still high enough that you're going to be able to decorate it and pop your bits on. Okay, before you try and shut it, let it dry. So give it a few seconds just to dry. So what I'm going to do while I'm doing that is I'm going to show you how I coloured all the bits here because I've done them sort of grayscale. So you want your Memento ink pad and your stamp set. So I used this stamp here and I did 2 of those. This one here and I've done 2 of those. And I've done 5 leaves and I've alternated between the 2. That's the word I wanted. Okay, I'm only going to do 1 of each so that you can see how I've blended them, because as you can see I've already sat and cut them out, which you won't have to do if you win the bundle, because you'll get the dies. I tell you what, whoever wins this bundle is going to open it and find that the dies are missing because I've got fed up of fussy cutting. No, I wouldn't do that. To be honest, I'm more likely to nick the rhinestones, because I went to go and pop the rhinestones on the box because I put normal rhinestones on this. And look, this is my second pack as well. It's my second pack and it only came out in June. So I've popped myself on a ban of using the Elegant Faceted Gems anymore. Hi Dee from Canada. I've been watching a lot of Canadian TV at the moment because I'm an ice hockey fan, so I've been watching the NHL playoffs at 3:30 in the morning here. I know. I've been dying at work this week. So the colours that I've got is the dark soft sea foam, the light and dark petal pink, the light smoky slate, and I've got my colour lifter as well. So what I'm doing with the smoky slate is I'm going over all of the shaded bits and around the edge of the leaves. Like that. And then I'm taking, oh, I'll remember the leaf here as well because I do them the same. And then I'm taking the soft sea foam and I'm going over the smoky slate and in the gap and just blending them both in together so that it kind of gives a grey green. I wanted the colours to be really sort of, because I've done a grey card, I didn't want the colours to pop out. I wanted them to be really subtle and just be an off grey. So that's how I've done those. I forgot those leaves as well. Get them twice. Okay, for the centre of the peony, I've used the soft sea foam just in the centre. And then I've come back in with the smoky slate and the bullet tips best. And I have just gone over the shaded bits of the peony and I've caught almost every petal with the smoky slate. So I've just worked it around. Just so that when the pink goes on, there's not that much pink on show. So there it is for that one. More time consuming on the long one, but you just keep wanting to build the smoky slate out. Okay, once you've done that, you want the dark petal pink, and I'm just going to cover a couple of the petals in full with a dark petal pink. Not all of them, just a few. Kind of at random. And then over here I'm going to cover the entire flower. I'm not going in any sort of order. I'm going over the grey and the white that's left, but I'm not doing any circles or anything. I'm just making sure that the colour is covered. And then with the light petal pink, I'm going to go over the entirety of the peony. That includes the centre. I'm just going to go over the whole lot. I must admit, I do love a good blending project. They're the first things I look for in the catalogue. When we have a new catalogue launch, I just whiz across to the page with the new blends in. And this year they moved it. They normally have a blends page, and this year they changed it and they put them with the ink pads. So I thought they'd been retired. I was in a proper sulk. And then I'm using the colour lifter, and I'm just going to go along some of the bits where the colour is the most vibrant and just whip a little bit of colour out of it. Okay, so that's sort of how they look. Coloured, but not like bright, really subtle. Sorry, Norma, I notice you use the bullet tip a lot. When would you use the bigger tip? I use the bullet tip because I find it easier to control. With the brush tip, I get really carried away and just go all sweepy. So if I'm doing a big project, like when I've just gone over the top of there and I needed to do the whole lot with petal pink, I use the brush. But if I was just doing the individual petals and I wanted to blend and apply pressure, then I use the bullet tip. Okay, so like I said, I'd cut these out before the video. And these are all my bits and pieces. And this should be dry now. So what you want to do is you just want to fold it before you do anything and push it down. And hopefully you didn't get any glue on the inside like I did, because I was daft. Okay. Just to make sure that when you do fold it, it will fold nicely. So with all my bits and pieces, I'm going to pop them over this side because it's logical for me to work right to left. And I've got my glue and I've got my seal, because I prefer to use a seal on this because I can just add a little bit of it. And I'm going to make sure that when I pop these in, I'm going to pop them on this side, the side facing me of the card. So I know I want the one at the back to be quite high, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the seal just at the bottom. So I've literally just put a strip just there. I'm going to stick that on. And it doesn't matter if it goes over the side of the card on this side, because when you fold it, you see that looks like it's over, so you think it's not going to close, and it wouldn't close, but when you fold it, it will. So don't worry about that. Hi Jean. Oh, thank you for watching and joining us. Glad you like it. Okay, and I'm going to stick both of the big ones on so I know where I'm going. So I want that one to be, yeah, sort of there. So I'm just going to add the glue in the same place and stick that down. I've popped it over this side so you can still see this one behind. And then it is just layering all these pieces up where you like them. So I've already done the hard work. I've already worked out here where I like them, so I'm going to kind of imitate that and put the little one to the side. Pop the leaves behind it. And you're just wanting to pop the little bit of glue on the bottom bit so that it sticks on quite nicely like that. And if you go around the back, you can make sure that these go up higher and fit them on. So it is just layering and layering. I think me blending this has weakened the front because it's just come off with the seal, so. But I was liking to use the seal. And pop that on there. Put any glue on that leaf. Okay, so you're just building it up how you like it. And I've got another leaf left, which I think I popped over that side before. Yeah, quite like that. I've got one here that I haven't used yet, but I don't want to cover up the back. I might put it there. Okay, so it's slightly different than the last one. The last one I popped this up higher, but it's still sort of in the same area. When I did my offcuts earlier on this one, I had a strip free, which was 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, because my piece of paper was cut down at 6 inches. When I did the 2 1/4 and the 2 1/4, it left 1 1/2 at the end. So to use that, I'm just going to pop it onto the back like that. Don't know if anyone's crafting along today or whether they're going to craft along afterwards, but if you do, please pop your makes over in my group. So if you come to Slim and Stylish is Crafty Hangout over on Facebook, there's an album for each live each week, and you can find these in there, and then you can add your own that you've made. So I'm just going to read back some of the comments. Okay, I also use the bullet tip more as you have more control. Using the brush tip releases more ink, and it's really easy to flood what you're colouring. Yeah, it does, and I find when I'm blending it's so much easier to get the control in with the bullet tip, and you get a much better sort of flow with that than you do with the brush. Thanks Shirley, glad you like it. I agree with that also. Many times has the ink gone over the sides with the brush tip. A learning experience. Yeah, I tell you when I like the brush tip. You know when you're going to die cut something out, so when you stamp something and you know you're going to die cut it or fussy cut it, then I like just brush tipping across because it's really quick. You get the colour on the card quick and you don't have to be neat. I did a load of butterflies and punched them all out. So I'd stamp them all and then come to punch them all. So all I did with the blends was just go over the whole page with the brush tip, and it just made it so much quicker. But yeah, if I'm doing intricate work or proper sort of colouring and blending in, I do prefer the bullet tip. Hi Amber, so glad you're here. Doesn't matter whether you're late, you made it. Oh, that's a nice gift to give her. So the sentiment. The sentiments in the prize peony set, truthfully, I'm a little bit disappointed with. I do like this one, your sweet friendship refreshes the soul, and I like love and thanks to a dear friend. And I have had to do a few sympathy cards this year, so sorry if your loss has been useful. So it's not like I haven't used them. I mean, you can see they're inked up, you know, I've used them. But sometimes I just want a more generic sort of sentiment. So I've actually gone to a different set, and I've gone to Daisy Lane, which has two of my favourite sort of ones. I like Smile and I like Friend, and I love the fonts that they use on this. So I've used Friend on mine. Okay, so this is the only thing I'm using that won't come in the bundle if you win it. And I must already have it on a block. I do, just there, because I was prepared. Memento ink pad. I'm going to ink that up, stamp it down. And then I'm using one of our label punches. I'm punching that out. Now before I stick it to the card, I'm using our normal rhinestones. Like I said, I've put a ban on myself from using the elegant faceted ones because they're beautiful and I'm just getting through them so quick. I can't stop it. It's like I'm addicted. So I'm going to go back to using these ones, and I'm using the tiny ones, and I'm just one at the top. Oh, come on. One at the bottom, one in the middle. And then I've also popped a few on the leaves. Hopefully you can see. Just got a bit of glimmer going on here and a bit just going up here. So I'm going to do the same. I just thought that it gave it a bit of sparkle as you moved it. It caught the light quite nicely. So I'm going to do exactly the same, and it's just two on the fatter leaf. So one at the top. Pulled that off and haven't pulled the glue off, so I'm not sure if it will stick. Hopefully it will. And then on this one here, one at the top and one midway. Pop that over and pop a couple of dimensionals on the back. I'm at the end of my strip of dimensionals again. I seem to get through dimensionals so much, but I like things that pop out, so hence the fact I'm doing a pop-up box. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on there, and I find it easier to attach with the box lying down because you know that it's flat and it's on a hard surface. And finally, you want to shut your box. And I've got my sticky strip for this, and I'm just going to grab a little bit because this is the same width as the shimmer ribbon. Pop that across there. And then use this as a guide for the shimmer ribbon. You want enough shimmer ribbon that it will come midway on here, so you want that much before you get round to the edge. Just giving myself a little leeway just so I know it's right. That'll keep it in place, so I can open my card back up. There we go. I have got, that's what keeps sticking. I've got a tiny little bit of glue, I don't think you'll be able to see, on the back of here. So I'm just going to grab a piece of the cardstock that we were using earlier. No one will see it on the back. And I'm just going to stick that on that glue bit so that when I close the card, it's going to stop it from sticking. Okay, you know it's there, but no one will see it. So if you do slip with the glue, you can just cover it. So now I've got my glue dots. I'm going to drag this around, and about midway I'm going to pop a glue dot for the ribbon. Might be easier if you stick the glue dot to the ribbon. That seems logical. I like to try and make things complicated for myself. And then stick that one down. And the reason I've gone slightly up and slightly back isn't a mistake. Could have very well been, I know, because it's me. But it's because I wanted the glue dot to stick to the card, because I've had more luck when it's tight having the glue dot stuck to the card than having it stuck to two pieces of ribbon. I find it then comes loose quite easily. And then to cover that up, just take a piece of ribbon and make yourself a little bow. Funny story about this ribbon. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this on one of my videos yet or not, so apologies if you've already heard the story. When I did my live the other week and I used this ribbon, this is the shimmer ribbon that comes with a set, and I fell in love with it. I got to the end of it and said, oh, I must put this on my next order, and I was worried that I wasn't going to finish it for the live. Well, I popped it on my next order and it was on back order, so it didn't come with my usual boxes of goodies. So I thought to myself, oh, I must have forgot to order that ribbon, and I popped it on the next order and it was still on back order. Long story short, I now have 4 reels of this ribbon because I've stuck it on 4 orders. And then they all arrived. I thought, I'm not going to run out of that ribbon for some time. So I'm then just going to pop the glue dot just on there, and hopefully you can see, you'll be able to see in a second once I've actually stuck it on. I'm sticking the glue dot so it's half on the ribbon and half on the card, so that when you pop that on top, it covers the ribbon underneath, but it's also still stuck to the card. Okay, so when you get it in the post, it's going to look like that. And then open it. Just like that. There we go. 2 box pop-up cards. Let's have a look at the comments. I hope you've all enjoyed. Okay. Oh, you need to get making one. I love them. Audrey's tinny card. Oh, thanks, Audrey. Yeah, you'll have to pop one in the album when you've made one. Norma, such a floss. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Norma. Yeah, pop a picture in the group so we can all see. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks, Belinda. Oh, thank you, Jean. Oh, thank you. I tell you what, when the coronavirus is over, you never know. I'll be back on my aeroplanes travelling around everywhere, so I'll be able to get a little American tour going with all of my lovely friends from over the water that I've met through crafting. It's strange, isn't it? We're all in different countries and so far away, but the networking and the chatting and the social side, I think, is just lovely. So thank you all for dropping by each week and cheering me out. Yeah, I am on Instagram, Kay. I'm at Slim and Stylish. So pop over and give it a follow. And anyone who's on, including Kay, if you wanted to take part in the giveaway that I'm doing. So I mentioned at the start, but if you've joined me partway through, I am doing a giveaway this month of the complete prized peony set. So that's the 12 by 12 papers, the dies, the stamp, the embossing folder, the gorgeous, gorgeous faceted gems, they're lovely, the doily and the ribbon. I'm gifting them all away. And to get an entry into the raffle, unfortunately you do have to be based in Europe, so one of our Europe regions. I can't ship to America, I do apologise. But if you are based in the European regions that we sell to, all the details are on my blog as where we do sell. Then you can go over to my Instagram, Slim and Stylish. You can find the post, there's a little picture with the giveaway. If you like it and tag 3 friends in, you'll get 1 entry into the raffle. If you go over to my Facebook page, there will also be a pinned post. And if you find that, like it and share it, you will get a 2nd entry into the raffle. And then any spends you do with me this month through my website, so that's slimandstylish.com, go to the header and click buy. Any spends, you get 1 entry into the gift away for every £10 denomination you spend. So if you spend £50, you'll get 5 entries. And then if you like it on Facebook and Instagram, then you're going to get the 7 entries. And I will do the draw at the end of the month. So yes, it's one of the ribbons. So I need to stop thinking I've got 4, because I'll use 4, but I've given 1 away. So and also, if you are shopping, not only do you get an entry into the raffle, but anyone who does shop with me this month will get a sampler set of this paper. So you get 1 of each pattern cut at 6 by 6 through the post as a thank you. So there we go. There's the boxes. Thanks everybody for joining me. Lovely to see you all. I will see you next week at 4 o'clock. Jean, I know you said it's the first time joining me. I'm live actually every Sunday at 4 o'clock, so do feel free to pop in. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give me a little thumbs up and let me know. And I'll see you all again soon. If you make it, don't forget to head over to Slim and Stylish's Crafty Hangout on Facebook. There is an album, and please add your makes to the album so I can see what you've all done with it, because I'm nosy. Bye everyone, have a lovely rest of the weekend. Great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye all.